Buenos dias, Pastora.
Buenos dias, Pastor Bobby.
Good to see you. We are social distancing. If I turn this way and high five, there, there you go. And we wanted to create a space where people could worshipfully participate and be engaged. And so what you're going to help lead us through is a spiritual practice that we engaged actually in our first house church gathering back in January. And so really a time of examine and a time of prayer with a beautiful song mixed in. And so tell us about the words to the song. We'll sing it a little bit, and then you can walk us through the prayer.
Yes, the words to the song, the song has a lot of words, but the three words that we're going to be using in the refrain are sánanos, restauranos, y avívanos. Let me say that again. Sánanos, which means heal us. Restauranos, restore us. Avívanos, revive us. And so we want to use that as a form of healing prayer and praying it over us, praying it over each other, praying it over these times of duress and times of crisis, and letting those words in and of themselves be a prayer that rises up as incense to our God.
And so this spiritual practice, for anybody that's with us watching this, if you don't have some space, if you don't have any margin to engage and to meaningfully just get away, reflect, go lock yourself in a bathroom, put a movie on for the kids, whatever that might be. If you don't have that kind of margin right now, maybe even after everybody goes to bed tonight, or maybe waking up early in the morning, maybe just save this for later. We want it to be participatory and not just something you watch and consume. So that's something that's on our hearts. Let's sing this for a second, and then we can begin walking us through the prayer. Sánanos, restauranos, avívanos, oh Dios. That sound right, friend? Did we get it?
Perfect. You got the Spanish, Bob.
Okay, so sánanos,
Restauranos.
Yes, thank you. Let's restore us. And avívanos.
Avívanos.
Okay, so we'll mix that in along the way. And Pastora, I'll hand it over to you. You lead us through this time.
Well, I am sitting here in my special corner where I love to come often to meet with God. This is a rocking chair. This is some art from Nicaragua that reminds me of my grandmother. And so during this time of examine, what I would like to invite us to do, what I think that the Spirit is inviting us to do, is for us to become attentive to God, attentive to our souls and our bodies, and attentive to each other. Especially during these times that I feel so heavy. It feels like my heart is heavy, my soul is strangled. And one way that I've been describing this time, and it feels like all of us are carrying this low-key anxiety under the surface, as if it's the equivalent of 10 computer programs going on in the background of our computer. And so this time is for our souls to settle, and our hearts to settle, and our bodies to settle. And so the first thing that I would like to invite you to do, wherever you are sitting, find you a corner. It could be your bed and you want to sit crisscross on your bed. It could be a chair or a couch or a rocking chair. So I would like to invite you to sit, put both feet on the ground, and open your hands, palms up. And if you're able to, set them on your knees. And I'd like to invite you to breathe, to inhale, and to exhale. Do it again. Inhale and exhale. And to slow down during this time. It takes a little bit to slow our minds down. We have so many thoughts and emotions and things named and unnamed that are running through our minds. So inhale and exhale. And when something distracts you, just return to your breath and return to your body. Let your breath and your body be the centering and the grounding force. Let's just sit there for a minute while Bobby plays some worship music.
Sánanos, restauranos, avívanos,
Let's enter into a time of listening, of reviewing. And as you imagine your hands right now, become aware of your hands, return to your hands. Your hands are open and palms up, open to the sky. Your hands have a posture of prayer. Let your body in and of itself, be a posture of prayer. I'd like to invite you to think and consider these questions. What are you carrying right now? And imagine that inside of your hands. What emotions rise up? And imagine and name those emotions in your hands. What fears arise? What are you afraid of? I'd like to invite you to bring the anxieties and the fears and the worries and to imagine them in your hands. Who are you worried about? Imagine the names of those closest to you right now, or those that you have been concerned for. Imagine their names and imagine them in your hands right now.
Sananos, restauranos, avivanos, oh Dios. Sananos, restauranos, avivanos, oh Dios.
As you continue holding those fears and anxieties and names of people or worries in your hand, let me read this over you. Now that we have imagined them, I'd like for you to to release them unto the Lord. Psalm 139 says, "O Lord, you have searched me and known me. You know when I sit down and when I rise. You understand my thoughts from afar, and you are familiar with all of my ways." God, you are familiar with everything that we're carrying in our hands right now. You scrutinize our path and our lying down. You're intimately acquainted with all of our ways. Before there is even a word on our tongue, behold, O Lord, you know it all. You have enclosed me behind and before, and lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is too high. I cannot attain it. Where can I go from your spirit? Or where can I flee from your presence? If I ascend to heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in Sheol, behold, you are there. If I take the wings of the dawn, if I dwell in the remotest part of the sea, even there your hand will lead me, and your right hand will lay hold of me.
Sun came out right when you did all that.
That was the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Lead us, friend, in the refrain. Lift our hands.
Sananos, restauranos, avivanos, oh Dios. Heal us, restore us, Revive us, oh God. I know for me in this space, being outside is important in these times, to restore, to heal, to revive my soul. I know for you, it's that little nook in your living room, that chair in that
Yeah,
corner. That sun, goodness gracious,
it's beautiful.
it's healing in and of itself, on my skin. So wherever you are, wherever you're listening, wherever you're watching, find that space. Even as you can see, the two of us, our spaces are different for what we might need. So find that space that's true for you as well.
God, even as we have stood before you and listened to our bodies and listened to our souls and held and beheld what's in our hands, as we have reviewed what's in our hands, as we are continuing to release what's in our hands, we ask now that we could receive from you. We ask for the healing of our nation and of our bodies as a community, and globally as well, to sisters and brothers and friends and strangers all over the world. We ask for this healing to permeate our bodies and our communities globally, in the global family of God, because we are all God's children. And God, that second word, to restore us, we ask that you would restore us soon and very soon back to workplaces and back to families and back to communities and back to parks and back to restaurants where we can see each other and touch each other and behold each other, because to see each other is to see the face of God. And God, we also ask that you would revive us in these slow days, even as we are inside, God. We ask that you would help us to take it a day at a time, even sometimes a moment at a time. Would you lead us into resurrection, God? Because it doesn't quite feel like resurrection yet. And so, God, we hope for resurrection for our bodies and for our communities and for those who are most affected in our communities and in our world. God, we ask that you would heal and that you would restore and that you would revive, God. And so, God, we ask to receive from you, to receive a word that comes from your mouth to sustain us and for it to be manna for today, God.
Grace and peace upon you. Thank you, Pastora, for leading us. And wherever you are, we just pray that peace and that grace over you. And if there's anything that you're carrying that we can carry with you, send us a message. We'd love to get in contact with you. We'd love to pray for you personally and let you know that you're not alone, even in times like this.
We're in this together, and it was good to do this with you, friend.
Amen. Amen. There you go. All right. Te quiero mucho, hermana.
Te quiero mucho too.